Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss how to create a simple Node.js project. In addition to that, we are going to discuss what is NPM and what is Maven repository. Yeah, let's dive into the session. First thing, before starting Node.js project, you have to ensure Node.js is installed in your machine or not. So, first thing you have to download Node.js. Just nodejs.org, hit enter button. Here you can see this is the official site for Node.js, and the LTS version is available here. LTS means that is long term support. Always it is recommended to use LTS version. Download and just double click and install as it is. Right? Then once it is done, next thing is Visual Studio Code, that is IDE for full stack projects. Just click here, the first link, download and install. Once it is done, you have to check whether the Node.js is installed properly or not. How to check? Open the command prompt, right? Type here node space hyphen v. Hit enter button. You can see here the Node.js version is 22.14.0 is already installed in my machine. I hope it is clear. Right. Now we are going to create the Node.js project. The first step is just create an empty folder. I am going to name it as FSD. Wherever you want, you can create the empty folder, and I am going to keep on desktop. Next thing, open Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code. First time, give me a second. First time, you will get this kind of interface, right? So go to the menu, file, menu, file menu, open folder. Already we have created folder on desktop. So now I am going to open that folder, FSD. Just select this folder, right? The next thing is, again, menu, move to the terminal, new terminal, right? So what is your current working directory? Desktop FSD. That is your project, right? And when it comes to this folder, here you can see the first option is to create a new file. The second option is to create a new folder. What I am going to do is, the three different alternate options are there. All three we are going to discuss, right? The first thing is simple JS file, how you are going to create and how to run the JS file using the node command, right? So I am going to click here, and the file name, let's say this JS file is to perform some arithmetic operations. I am going to write arithmetic.js. Just hit enter button, right? Now what I am going to do is, here I am going to declare some two variables, a equal to 10 and const b, just a minute, const b equal to 20. Then console dot log addition. I'm going to perform addition a plus b. The next thing is console dot log subtraction, that is a minus b. And next thing is console dot log multiplication. Last one is division. Once it is done, what I'm going to do is, here you can see, is this PowerShell or command prompt? It is PowerShell. And PowerShell, due to some there will be some sort of restrictions. The commands, whatever we are going to use, that will be restricted due to the policy issues at PowerShell. So that, sorry, you have to select, click this arrow, down arrow, and here you will get the option command prompt. Whatever the commands you are going to fire, all those things needs to be done inside the command prompt only, right? So now node space, what is your file name? That is arithmetic.js, right? So arithmetic.js. Just hit enter button. The console level addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, whatever you written, you are getting output for that, right? So successfully we have executed. I hope it is clear, right? Fine. This is the first way, right? But you may have a question like, sir, can we execute our enterprise level applications also? Can we create in same way? No. As a beginner level, you can use this kind of creating folder and simply creating JS files, and you can use node space file name.js. But when it comes to the enterprise level applications, for that you have to go with the second option or third option. I will let you know. The thing is, this is simple arithmetic operations. You are not going to depend on any type of module. Module is nothing but, for example, Java, we are using import keyword, we are importing packages. What does it mean? Already they given some predefined packages. Simply we are going to import it. The same way, here also Node.js project also, n number of modules are there, right? So enterprise level applications, when you are going to develop, you need some sort of built-in modules or third-party modules, so that second option is highly recommended to do. This way you can't develop you are not supposed to develop the enterprise level applications. I hope it is clear. The first option, I hope it is clear, right? The simple JS file has created, I will return a code and node space file name.js. That's it. Now what I am going to do is the enterprise level applications, how we are going to create it. Before that, what I am going to do, I am just going to close this folder, right? Close this folder, and the first time we are going to have this kind of interface, right? Now again what I am going to do is creating a new folder, right? The folder name is fsd1, right? Desktop we have created. Go to VS Code, click here, file, and open folder, desktop. What is my folder name? fsd1. Just select the folder, right? Now what I am going to do is main menu, file, right? And terminal, new terminal. What we supposed to do here? I hope you remember. Can we go with PowerShell? No. Click this down arrow, select the command prompt, right? Is it clear or not, ma? Right? Fine. Now we are going to create enterprise level applications, right? How to do that? First thing is NPM space init space -y. What does it mean? In case the second option, I told you, right, there are three ways. First way is just create a folder, create a JS file, and you can write the code and node space file name.js. That is first way, first option. Second option is npm space init space -y. What does it mean? The npm is the command which is used to initialize your Node.js project. Init is the command to initialize it, and -y means that is yes. It's going to take all the default options. It's not going to take the input from the developer. It's going to assume all the default options, right? That is the reason we are going to give -y for yes. If you are not going to pass Y, then when you hit enter button, it is going to ask who is the author of the project, what is the version of the project, and what is the entry point of the project, and like that, so and so. It's going to take lot of informations. But as a beginner, what I am going to do is just giving default options. I'm not going to pass those many information. Simply I'm going to skip it. Right. NPM init space hyphen y. Meanwhile, you just observe it here. Do we have any files here? No. Right. Now the moment when I'm going to hit enter button, just observe here. What do you observe, ma? Right? The package.json file has created. What is package.json file? The package.json file provides the abstract overview of your Node.js project. What does it mean? Let's say in this project, you are going to use some 10 different type of third-party modules. Let's say later point of time, you may have a question, what are all the modules we have used in this project? You can't search here and there, right? So simply what you can do is, you can open this package.json file, and here you can see, just scroll down. Here you have an option. So far we have not installed even a single dependencies modules also we have not installed. That is the reason it is empty. But at least one module if you have installed, then here you can track the different type of modules whatever you have installed in this project, right? I hope it is clear. Right, now what I am going to do is how to install the modules. NPM, you can write install, or simply you can use I also, both are same. Let's see, I am going to use Express. What is Express? Express is a backend framework. You may have a question, sir, do we need really Express for this project? It depends on the project what you are going to work, right? So understanding purpose, here I am going to install Express and multiple modules if you want to install. So no need to write again and again npm install like that. Simply one line itself you can write. Let's say Axios. Later we will discuss in detail. And one more thing is NodeMon, right? So whatever the dependencies are, we can call it as dependencies or modules, right? So whatever the thing you want to install, simply write it here and hit the enter button. And before I have a question to you, you just check it here. Do we have, other than package.json, do we have any other files? No. But the moment when I am going to hit enter button, you can see here, observe here, the installation is going on, right? Node modules, what you have installed? You have installed Express, Axios and NodeMod. So the all three different type of modules or dependencies available here. In addition to that, package-log.json file is automatically created for system purpose, right? So first what we are going to check it here is, I told you, right? Now I have a question like, what are all the modules installed in my project, right? So simply what I am going to do, open this package.json file, just scroll down. I told you, right? What you are seeing here? The dependencies, right? So what are the three dependencies we have installed? That is Axios, Express and NodeMod. Hope it is clear, right? Now, next thing is right hand side. When you come to the right hand side, you may have a question like, sir, left hand side, these are the modules we have installed. Then what about the right hand side? The cap symbol then followed with some sort of numbers. What it is this is nothing but Axios, module Axios installed. What is the current running version? That is 1.9.0. Is this current running version or not? How we will come to know? If start with the cap symbol, it represents this is the current running version, right? Why we have such kind of representation is, always we can't expect the developer has to use the current running version. Maybe the developer have a requirement, they want to install the earlier versions, older versions they want to install. I don't want to go with 1.9.0, I want to go with 1.7.0, let's say. Okay, so by the time when explicitly when you are going to install npm install Axios 1.7.0, by the time you can't see this kind of cap symbol. Why? Because intensively you have installed the older version, but the current running version is 1.9.0. Hope it is clear, right? What about the second one? I hope you know expresses module. Cap symbol represents the current running version is installed. What is that current running version? That is 5.1.0. The third thing is nodemon, and again cap symbol, that is the current running version. What the version it is? 3.1.10. And you may have a question, sir, what is Axios and nodemon? Time being it is not required. Just understanding purpose, randomly I have installed that Axios and nodemon, and later point of time we will discuss in detail about what it is Axios and nodemon. Right? Fine. Now next thing is, oh sorry, what I am going to do is just clear screen. Now just click this node module. What are the three different type of modules or dependencies we installed? One is Axios. Second one is Express. If you click, uh, move to the alphabet Express. And one more thing we installed, NodeMod. But you may have a question, sir, we installed only three modules, but here n number of modules installed here. What it is, right? That is nothing but the moment when you are going to install any module, right? It's not only going to install that particular module, the module installed with all the dependent modules also, right? So let's say I'm going to install Axios. Axios may depends on some other module body parser. Let's say understanding purpose I'm giving you. So by the way, it is installed all the dependent modules also. That is the reason here you are seeing so many modules are here. I hope it is clear, right? So you don't confuse like we installed only three, but how we are getting means these are all the dependent modules, right? Now the next thing is package hyphen log dot json. You may have a question during your interviews. What is the difference between package JSON and package log.json? Package.json is provide the abstract overview of your project. Means who is the author of your project, and what is the name of your project, what is the version of your project, what is the entry point of your project, and what are all the dependencies installed. These many informations available here, right? Package log.json is automatically created, but package log.json automatically created by the system, and it's going to maintain the initial versions whatever you have installed. What does it mean? Let's say we have installed Axios Express nodemon. So what is while creating this project, what is the current running version? 1.9.0, 5.1.0, 3.1.0. So that the same three types of versions will be maintained in this package log.json. Right. Now, later point of time, let's say Express they are going to release minor versions. 5.2.0 has released. Automatically that will get installed here. This will be updated to 5.2.0. Hope it is clear. Right. Package.json, the minor versions will be updated automatically. No need to install. Right. Only minor versions. I am not telling about major versions. Right. So minor versions will be updated. If it is updated, so what is the version you can see? That is 5.2.0. But package.log.json, what it will do is it will maintain the initial versions whatever you have installed. Package log.json contains only 5.1.0, and package JSON will be updated all the minor versions 5.2.0, 3.0, 4.0. So that later point of time you may have any queries like which version we have installed, what is the current running version, and then simply you can compare package log.json and package JSON. I hope it is clear, right? Fine. Once it is done, don't disturb this package JSON file. Simply close it, and same arithmetic operations we are going to create means what we will do, like arithmetic. Whatever we have done the same way. Simply I am writing arith.js. So what I am going to do, const a equal to 10, const b equal to 10, then console.log addition a comma b, subtraction, multiplication, then division. Right. So once it is done, how will you run this project? Node space, what is your file name? arith.js. Right? Here you got output. Console you written, right? So that addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all those values printed here. I hope it is clear. Right? Fine, guys. Right. The next thing is the most important thing. How will you install dependencies? NPM install RI space the dependency name or module name. You may have a question. Real time you may depends on n number of modules or dependencies, right? You may have a question. So from where we are getting actually this kind of modules, right? There are three different type of modules are there in Node.js. One is local modules. Local modules means whatever for example arith.js I have created. This is my local module. If I want, I can export it and I can import it somewhere else. That is local module. Built-in modules means the moment when you are going to install automatically some sort of, here you can see FS, HTTP, such kind of modules are built-in modules. No need to explicitly install it, right? Third thing is third-party module. For example, Express we installed, Nodemon we installed. These are all the third-party modules. Actually, what is third-party modules is the developers who created these kind of modules for their own purpose. Later point of time, they thought, why not we share with the community, right? Why not we share with the society, others? So they people also can use this kind of modules, right? So how they are going to share this kind of modules? That is the question, right? That is very simple. And second thing is, from where you are getting this kind of module? That is very simple. Just Google it. NPM. The first link you will get it, NPM.js. What is NPM? NPM is nothing but Node Package Manager. It's a centralized repository for all the modules or dependencies. Centralized repository for all the modules or dependencies which you are going to use in your full stack project. I hope it is clear. Here you are writing NPM install Express. You may have a question like, sorry, this NPM means Node Package Manager. No, this is actually command. This is actually command. From where you are getting this command? The command is from Node.js. Already you installed Node.js. From Node.js you are getting this command. So npm install express. From where I am getting this express means that is from centralized repository. What is that repository name? That is Node Package Manager. Right. So you may have a question, sir, you installed Express over there, Nodemon over there, Axios over there. So if I search it here the same, we will get the same kind of the repository with some sort of documentation. Yes, 100% you will get it. I am going to search it Express and exactly you will get it 5.1.0. I hope you remember the version also, current running version also 5.1.0. Just click here and here you can see first right hand side how to install Express, npm install Express, and the parent repository where it is, the GitHub repository, and the home page of Express.js, and weekly download what it is, what is the current version. All those informations will be available here. When it come to left hand side, the complete documentation about these particular modules. Let's say you are going to watch some sort of YouTube videos, they installed some sort of dependencies, you are not getting what exactly the dependencies is. Simply come here, simply come to this npm.js and search the module what it is, and here you will get the exact definition. For example, Express, what it is: fast, unopinionated, minimalist web framework for Node.js. Fast means self-explanatory, no need to explain anything. Unopinionated, that is most important. What is unopinionated means? Express is a framework, backend framework, right? In general, whatever the frameworks when you are going to use, there will be some sort of restrictions because the frameworks developed on top of some sort of structure. So the way how we are going to use that, some sort of the predefined way will be there. But Express.js is unopinionated, means there is no such kind of any restrictions. Freely you can use it. That is the meaning of unopinionated. And minimalist means what? The size of the package, you can check it here, 197 KB. It's very simple, right? So usually the type of frameworks when you are going to install, you have to download and install explicitly, you have to install. But Express, what we are doing, we are not going to install it anything explicitly. Simply when you are going to create Node.js project, there itself we are going to install just 197 KB. It's going to uh, take the developer's responsibility and it is going to perform it. And that's the case. Here it is minimalist. What? Web framework for what? That is Node.js. I hope it is clear. Right. And just scroll down. Here you can see how to import the Express.js and how can we use the Express.js in the code, and complete documentation is given here. And these are all the things later we will discuss in detail. Right. I hope it is clear. So full stack project, if you need any kind of third party modules, from where you can get it, that is from NPM. What is NPM? That is Node Package Manager. Fine. Let's say you are going to work on Java full stack, right? My first session itself, I clearly explains you what is the difference between full stack, Java full stack, and Python full stack, right? So full stack project, if you need any type of module, you are going to use NPM, Node Package Manager. It is a centralized repository. Even I can give very simple example. In your institution, you may have centralized library, right? So irrespective of the department, it's going to have the complete resources available in that centralized repository. Whoever needs, you please go on there and access the resources whatever you want. The same set of logic here, right? And the next thing is full stack project, you have a centralized repository, that is Node Package Manager. If you are going to work on Java full stack, what is the centralized repository? Right. So nothing. That is Maven repository. Maven repository. Just search it here. The first link you will get it. Click here and here you can search. Let's say MySQL connector. I want MySQL connector. Usually we used to download as a jar file. Long back we used to, when I was a student, I used to do such kind of thing. Jar file we use. But nowadays the technology growth, the POM file, project object modeling, comes into picture. These are all we will discuss in later. But time being, right? So Java full stack, when you are going to use, you need any kind of third party jar files. Let's say you are developing project which is used to scan fingerprint, right? So fingerprint scan, you need some sort of third party module. Obviously by default it is not inbuilt in Java, right? So here you can search it whatever you want. And for example, I am going to take MySQL connector. Just search it here, and here you can see the different cases you will get it, and the maximum downloads with MySQL connector is the second one. I'm just going to click here, and here you can see from the very beginning all those versions available here, and here you can see the date when it is released and the number of usages also you can see it here. And let's say I want the particularly the version 8.0.28. Just click here, and what type of file you want, POM or jar file? Let's say jar file. Just click here. You can see the download is going on, right? It is done. MySQL connector 2.4 MB, it is downloaded, right? So I hope the entire concept is clear today, right? First thing what we discussed, how to create a simple Node.js project, right? Second thing, centralized repository for full stack development. What is that? Node package manager is a centralized repository. The third thing is the centralized repository for Java full stack project. What is that? That is Maven repository. I hope the complete session is useful to you. Remaining we will discuss in next class. Thank you.